Hi guys, Jason here, Jason's Creative Adventures, and in this video I'm going to try to make a leather tapestry, if that is the right terminology or the right thing to call it, but it's going to hang from this dowel, which I will eventually make something out of wood that this will hang from and attach to a wall, and then it'll be kind of like those quilt blanket things that they hang a quilt. They'll hang from it, only it's going to be riveted across the bottom, and then I'm going to have all sorts of tool designs with taking whatever pictures I can rob out of journals and scrapbooks and stuff that I have, and I'm going to take those pictures and attach them to this tapestry, do some tooling work, even already have a drawing on some tracing paper that I'm going to pull out and do an impression of her likeness on the leather itself, and we're going to see if we can't make something that's going to come out really well, that'll be an homage, or I don't even know what the right word to use, but it's going to basically be a representation of a remembrance of my mom. She died back in 2002, March 24th, at the age of 51. She would have been 52 had she have lived till that June 10th of that summer. So that was the March after 9/11 happened, when we were all living at my sister's house. My mom, my dad, me, living under my sister and brother-in-law's house when Alex was just a year or two old or something. I can't remember how old he was at that point. He was born in 2000, so he would have been not even 2 years old then. So, alright, let's get going. Alright guys, first I'm going to go through these books and look for any pictures of my mother. Here is a not so good picture of my mother, my whole family, my sister, me, my dad. See if I can get this out of here. Alright. Well, we're not destroying the picture, but we are destroying my book. So alright, so we got that picture. What else can we find here? Ex-girlfriends, let's see. There's my sister, her family, and Alex. Let's see. Morgan, let's see. Definitely during the time I was with Morgan. Okay. Okay, set that aside. I think this is the one that has a few more pictures to offer of my actual mom. So here's a picture of my mom, and there's a picture of my mom with Charlie. This one's better. And I'll try to get this one out. And it's not going to come out without totally destroying the book. I knew that it would probably do that, so see if we can get, there we go. Let's see, not sure if I should take that picture. See if we can find some more. Pictures of my mom. There's pictures of my dad. Here might be a good one to take. It's a picture of a picture, but I might get the actual picture. I have this picture in my house, and I might actually grab that. Alright, get this tape off. Okay, there's that. Got some good candidates here. Let's see, I got this one. Choices, choices. This one has her facing us. Good picture of her smiling. I'm basically destroying my scrapbook. It's not really ruining these pictures at all. At least not yet. Okay. Do I take that picture? Okay, I'll take these off. And okay, I almost want to take that picture. Okay, there are some better pictures. We just got to get to them. Let's see. Maybe not in this book. It doesn't have any dates on that part of it. Okay. I think that's all I got in these books. All right. I believe I might thought maybe I had made, okay. I was thinking that I had traced this drawing, but I could take and trace this, because that is not a bad likeness. Of my mother there, and that is from this. So not bad. So I'll definitely keep that. Okay, we'll keep that. And then yeah, that's the only one. Alright, we'll keep that aside for now. And let's see, do I have... Yes. This is one of the best pictures I can hope to rescue. Yeah, I don't think I have any more pictures of my mom. I do got this. Why does it say March 5th when she died on the 24th? So I don't get that. But her grave says July 11th, 1949, and she died May 5th, 2002. She died on Sunday the 24th, Sunday, March 24th of 2002, that morning. So I was there, I should know. So I don't know where they get the March 5th. So those are some pictures that I can put on there and do some other tooling like action. Let me see if I have any other pictures. I doubt it. My sister and Lance and Alex and Christina, they're younger. There's this picture. can kind of tell how badly I want to make this project because of how much I'm willing to kind of do destruction to some of my journals. There's this picture, and I'll leave it. Same picture. Alright. Here in this journal, this is kind of what I was going for making the leather tapestry. And I'm going to kind of try to go for that. I think I've done other drawings somewhere. Just trying to remember where all I've plotted this out at. I know I've done a lot of it in my head, but okay, well, right there. I'm going to kind of take that general idea, spiritual death, mother, acceptance. Can't remember what that one is. That one is love, family, death. Can't remember what those two symbols are. Forever. Picture of my mother and father, March 2002. These are places for pictures. So, okay. Kind of know how I'm going to do this. Alright, let's get the big piece of leather up here. We'll use this as a reference. Set it over here. We'll put this up here. Put these pictures right there. I'm gonna start out with the thick stuff. Okay. Wow. Okay. back roll it to try to get some of this bend out of it. Well, so far this is what I got. Made a couple mess ups, a little bit too much spacing right there, a little crookedness around, a little bit too much spacing between these two, and then putting the Blanchard right here. So Catherine Elaine Olson Blanchard. I'm trying to center it below here. And it's a little tricky trying to do this. It's hard to figure out what's straight. it in a little bit. All right. Okay. Okay. So, something kind of like that. Okay, gonna design outside this area. Okay, put this thing away. Okay, now
Okay.
Alright, this is how far I got so far. This is kind of what it's going to look like that I'm staining. Got a little bit of black dye in a couple of spots, but I'll fix that. So, there you go. But if you see a discrepancy, the picture shows her gravestone showing May 5th, 2002, but she actually died March 24th. So I don't know if that's just when she got buried or what the difference is, but anyway, that is where we're at now.
Can't see any.
And I am trusting Elena to do some of the dye work. Okay.
Okay.
Are you keeping in the lines?
Yes.
Okay, yeah. Looks like you are.
Okay. Now I want pink on these ones, but we're gonna...
No, that's all going to be blue. Each symbol, this is a symbol, that's a symbol, that's a symbol, that's a symbol, that's... Yes, the dots. Start on the outside and work your way to the edges slowly. Sometimes I think you're going a little bit too fast. Don't get in a big old rush. Okay?
Okay.
If you mess up, grab that towel and wipe it.
I got it on the edge, but don't know, Daddy. We'll use the dye to go over it.
No, you gotta wipe it up because it soaks up. The leather soaks that stuff up, so you gotta get it right away and wipe it up, okay? You don't understand. It's a dye. It's gonna get soaked up and be permanent. So you gotta be real careful. I don't care if it gets in those grooves, I just don't want it on the outer side, okay? The grooves is okay, the raised edge.
You're making me mess up.
I'm just trying to explain to you, okay?
I need a smaller brush.
Okay, see if you can find a smaller brush.
Smaller brush? Where's the paint?
Alright,
Okay,
there's
over here.
brushes in there, and there's some brushes over in that drawer. Alright, I'm gonna help you. You're gonna paint some stuff, and I'm gonna paint some stuff, okay?
Okay. I found a smaller brush. Yippee!
Okay, I will use that one then.
It's almost too far away.
Okay, I'm gonna grab this other one over here, and I'm gonna do a straight pearl on these two ones. Oh wait.
I need the towel. I need the rug. That one.
Okay.
Tell them what happened to your mom. Tell them what happened to your mom.
She died of, I guess you could pretty much call it a heart attack. Basically, her heart just stopped. She laid down for a nap.
On a church day.
Yep. She was 51 years old, soon to be 52.
I never got to meet her.
No, she is.
But I will be able to meet her when I die.
Let's hope that isn't for a long time, right? She can live a nice, full, happy life, right?
Yep.
I'm gonna have to come back over and go back over this. Does look cool though. And that's what the pearl looks like. I'll come back when we get more done.